Sussex County has worked its way to being a more technological county. We are migrating from a legacy system into a new SQL-based format, which has opened up some opportunity for us to implement GIS on a wider scale.
Currently, we in the addressing department here in Sussex County have to provide to other departments information for them to notify taxpayers for public hearings. This solution has provided us with a tool to provide each of those departments the ability to go in and obtain that information on their own. So it's lessened the workload on the addressing department, and it's opened the opportunities for many other departments.
For us, using a commercial off-the-shelf solution, it just made sense. I can move data and make it look the way that it needs to look in order to use the off-the-shelf product, and then I have access to this whole world of local government solutions that they've thought of things. They're the local government team. Any question that I probably have or need that I have, someone else somewhere has it. So if I can grab an off-the-shelf solution and deploy that for my constituents, then it just makes sense. It saves us time, it saves us money, and it gives them access to what they need.
Across the board, the support that we had was outstanding. They realized that it was a pretty monumental task switching from our old records management system to this new one. As the processes went along, they realized that what our addressing office could do would help them maintain their property records. We got a lot of support because we provide a lot of information and we have it in a pretty cut and dry format that we can say, hey, here it is, here's what we can do for you. So they're loving it.
The parcel fabric has really helped in relating to the 911 system. Now that everyone can see the same thing, the same data in the same format with the same spatial reference, we've been able to fix some problems with our 911 addressing data. We've been able to figure out areas that maybe that addressing scheme doesn't work very well, and we can change it and update it.
From a 911 standpoint, it allows us to locate people in need much quicker than what we did prior to maps. With GIS, now when a person dials 911, it actually comes up on the map and we can pinpoint that, which makes it much easier for us. From an emergency management standpoint, I can use these GIS and the maps to indicate evacuation zones, flooding, plot damage after a storm has gone through, so we know where the impact is. One of the incidents that we encountered during Hurricane Sandy as well as Hurricane Irene, we have a hospital on the east side of the county, and one of the things that there was concern about us evacuating that hospital. Through the GIS department and through the maps that they were providing, we were able to show that the hospital, although it was near the coast, was not in the flood zone and should not be impacted by the storms.
We set up an app through a citizen's self-service request. So anybody that had any damage to report, any flooding, trees down, they would call our emergency operations center, they get an address and a type of damage, and they could go in there and just drop a point on the person's address, and then we could correlate that into a database, and then at the end of the storm, we could print off an Excel spreadsheet and a map and give it to the people of FEMA and say, here's where you need to look for damage and here's what we got.
During disaster response, GIS has been more utilized than ever before. Hopefully our GIS will touch every corner in that kind of situation, because the faster we can have that information, the better. At some point, if we can have people at home on their iPhone saying, hey, there's a tree down on my power line, and we can deploy that in a more efficient manner, then that's a win.
I'd like to evolve the damage assessment, the situational awareness. There's a lot of products out there that GIS can bring to the table during a disaster, and sometimes you're thinking about the response to the event and the recovery, and you may not always capture what GIS can do for you. There's a lot out there to do as far as moving into the future. In the next few years, we're going to continue and move forward with this.
We really just want to go to the moon and back. Anything that we can utilize this technology for, we want to. We have so much at our fingertips that we can do, and it's really a matter of just showing other folks what's out there. It's been really wonderful seeing the feedback from other departments saying, hey, that's out there, and that's something that we want to utilize and we want to be able to provide through our department. So we're hoping that we can meet all of those needs and have a needs assessment for everyone, and at some point everyone will have everything that they need and they'll just roll without us. It'll be great. Empower them to do their own GIS work.